All right, all you crazy plant ladies. I'm just kidding. So here I am again. Today I'm going to repot my bird's nest because I'm a failure. And this is sad. So this is a sad episode. This is for people who are murderers. And we love our plants and we don't want to be murderers, but sometimes we fuck up. And it's okay to fuck up. Especially when you have a lot. And it's easy to neglect or forget about a couple of them. And I've had this one for probably over a year or so. And he has gone in his prime. I actually don't have a name for this one. So that's bad. That's probably another reason why. Like, you're supposed to name your plant to grow an attachment to them. I've never given him a name. And like 6 months after I got him, in his prime, beautiful, gorgeous leaves coming out. I have taken many leaves off of him over time. I accidentally burned him, leaving him outside overnight one time, putting him in shock with the weather change, because I would let him chill outside in the sun for just 20 minutes, and I just completely forgot about him overnight. That was a nightmare. I did that with a group of plants. And yeah, and he's never fully recovered since then. But I've always been had high hopes. And then I've neglected him again. And it's just, okay. So here he is. This is the bird's nest that we're going to, how sad. Usually they go out and they fall over a little bit. That's what they're supposed to do. But they're supposed to be like this. Not like this. He's so sad. This is the saddest bird's nest you've probably ever seen. So, and he has still been growing new leaves. This is a brand new one right here. And this is when I really noticed, I'm like, oh shit, even the new leaves are having a really hard time. I've had it in the same nursery pot this entire time for over a year, and I never repotted it. I am a shitty plant owner to this one. I'm so sorry. So we're going to see if I can bring him back to life. And the cool thing about plants is you can't, I'm going to have to remove a bunch of his leaves, that are bad. I took one off before the video because I was just way too embarrassed to even show it because it was bad. But as you can see, he has had some burn marks on him from that day that I took him outside. And this was an amazing, beautiful leaf originally. I love the waves. Obviously, because Reggie with his waves, love waves. And this is my first wavy plant. This is one of my first plants, period. And I have neglected you so hard. I'm so sorry. So we're going to see if I can repot you and bring you back to life. And I will do an update on it in maybe a month or two, to see if he can bounce back, because this is pretty much a dead plant. So it has root rot, and also it is overgrown roots. It's so constricted, and this is bad all around. But I'm not the worst with all my plants. So here's an update on Reggie. So here's Reggie. Yay! So this is 2 weeks after I did the separation and repotting. Well, I put him back in his original pot, and he hasn't grown any new leaves. I did lose a couple, and there's probably 1 or 2 that I should probably cut off in here. Yeah, like this one. Okay, but overall, like, he went to shock, but he's bouncing back and he's doing great. The first 2 days that I noticed that, he's a prayer plant, he moves, he stopped moving. He was just in his open position and he wouldn't close at night. So that was worrying me at the beginning, but he's back at it. And today it's been like raining and like overcast and thunder. It's the best. Especially like with summer rain. It's the best. The fucking best. So he's a little upright right now because there's not really much sun. So he's a little confused. But he's doing pretty good. Here he is. He's doing good. Thanks, Reggie. Okay, and then, of course, his offspring, RJ, is doing great also. He had that new leaf that, which one was it? Honestly, I can't tell. His new leaf was already, right here. So this was the new leaf that was coming out, and it's doing great. Opened up all the way, looking clean. He's awesome. He also went in shock. He did the exact same thing as his daddy, Reggie, where he wasn't praying. But after a couple days, he was fine. Just went to shock. I think I might have taken 1 leaf off of him. There's 1 more that I need to take off. As you can see, there's one that kind of had a bad time trying to adjust to his new home, but he's doing great overall. Love him. Little RJ. So, same shit as before. We got my regular potting soil, my daughter's shovel that has fucking holes in it, and I haven't bought a new one because I don't know. It's fine. It works. So went to Home Depot. Like I said, I do like just regular nursing pots because I like to have the easy drainage, and it's just, I like being able to put in another pot. I don't have, this is like a little creme brulee Rachel Ray thing that he's been sitting in. Pots are fucking hot commodities right now and hard to find ones. And I like, white color. Like, I like to have a very specific color scheme for my pots. So I'm a little picky when it comes to them. So I wait until I find an absolute perfect one to buy one. And I've never bought one. That's why I'm sorry. Treated you like shit. Never even got you your own fucking pot to sit in. But so I bought this Home Depot, 90 cents. Thought I put it in a bigger pot. It was actually taller. I had to cut it. It was a little bit bigger, just so I know it's not that big. So this is already going to go into something bigger. But I don't want it to be so tall because when I do find a pot, I want it to be able to hide inside of it. So I just trimmed it down. And that's the cool thing about these too. Like, they're adjustable. So here we go. I'm sorry to shock you all about how awful this looks. And if like I said, I'm probably just going to trim leaves off of this, just chop him up afterwards. Or maybe I should even do it right now. I don't know. We'll see. Like this one needs to just, it's ready to fall off anyways. So instead of it having to work so hard to adjust, and then as you can see, see all the roots. It's bad. You can't even, they're so dark. You can't even tell the roots. But it's bad. It's so bad. This is, we'll see if this survives. But I'm going to go ahead and just massage it. I'm going to do it over here because I'll still keep some of this dirt. And I know you're supposed to wait until they're dry usually to repot it, but since it has root rot, I was just like, it's gonna take forever to dry. Let me just go ahead and do it now. So we're just gonna massage it out, and if we lose a little bit of roots, I feel like that's just gonna be okay, because a lot of these roots are rotted. Like, this is just, it's not all good. It's bad roots. We're gonna hopefully kind of start this and see if it can get brought back to life. There's so many plants that I have that I'm proud of, and it's easy to neglect some. It's not okay, but fuck, it happens. There's a good amount of perlite in here, so that's nice. This is a keep evenly moist plant. I love this. It's just fun. It's just fun. But this is, I think, a good sign that the roots aren't just falling off. They're not completely, like, rotted to the core, but this is not a good color for them. Just so you know. I'll get a refreshing new start. And that's what we want. Honestly, and I'm not as much as a crazy plant lady as maybe some of you are. I'm just learning as I go and just doing in my head what just feels like common sense. I don't do that much research. I just want them to be happy and try to familiarize myself with each plant individually and adjust to their needs. So there he is. He looks all right. Sometimes say fuck it to shovels. And yeah, this is just my kitchen table. Whatever. That's what Dysons are for. And I think right there. No, a little bit more. A little bit more. He was in such a small little pot before. Now he'll have so much more room to grow. And we'll hope he bounces back. And I'm not going to water him for a few days. I'm trying to get some of the dirt off of his moss because that part is super cute about him. There's a little moss ball at the bottom. All right. He'll come after I water him. I'll clean it up more. And voila, here he is. He's so sad looking still. And I will look for a better pot for him. And I probably need to add in a little perlite. I will feed him later with some food. I need to feed him more often. I kind of feed all my plants every other month. Just feed them all at the same time, but I think maybe just a little bit extra nutrients for him while he's trying to get his balance back would be good. So when I water him next time, I'll give him some food. And we'll see how it goes. Hopefully he does better. I'll keep you guys updated.